patience. Madam Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Certainly. Good afternoon. Mr. Brennan.
Present.
Mr. Rickman. Thank you. Mr. McDowell.
Yes.
Mr. Duval.
Present.
Ms. Devine. Here. Mr. Davis.
Here.
Mayor Benjamin.
I'm here.
Thank you.
Everyone please stand and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can't wait to get back to normal, have some Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts in here leading us in the pledge at some point. Reverend McDowell, would you bless us with the word, please, brother?
Yes.
Thank you.
Let us pray for the beauty of this day and for those who have gathered here, sensing and feeling the beauty of this hour. We ask, Lord, that you might be with us as we deliberate. We ask as this city continues to grow and find purpose in it, we pray that you might touch us individually and collectively, sensitizing us to your purpose, to your spirit, and to your will. We ask it in your Son's name.
Amen. Thank you. Probably going to, we have it marked as actions, okay. So is there a motion to adopt the agenda?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, we'll move the previous question. Clerk, call the roll.
Mr. Brennan.
Yes.
Mr. Rickman. Here. Mr. McDowell.
Yes.
Mr. Duval.
Aye.
Ms. Devine. Aye. Mr. Davis.
Aye.
Mayor Benjamin.
Aye. Is there a motion to approve the October 19th, 2021 City Council meeting minutes?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Move the previous question. The clerk call the roll.
Mr. Brennan.
Yes.
Mr. Rickman. Mr. McDowell.
Yes.
Mr. Duval.
Aye.
Ms. Devine. Aye. Mr. Davis.
Aye.
Mayor Benjamin.
Aye. All right. Madam City Manager.
Yes, sir, Mayor Benjamin. We, I don't know if you want to hold the COVID update and take care of presentations. I think we sometimes do that. Would you like to do that, Mayor, today?
Sure. Why don't we do that? Why don't we do that? And we'll take up the COVID update immediately thereafter before the consent agenda. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. And we have two that we have on the agenda. And I know, Mayor Benjamin, you also wanted to update council on this wonderful press conference that we just
Absolutely.
attended with you.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I don't know if you wanted me to do the other two first, or?
I defer to you.
Okay, sure. Let's go ahead and take care of this wonderful item number 3, resolution number 2021-118, approving the honorary naming of the Hyatt Park Pavilion located at 950 Jackson Avenue, the Mary G. Thurman Pavilion. And I know that Ms. Thurman's sister is with us, our wonderful Parks and Recreation team members. I'm not sure if Assistant City Manager Simons is going to help facilitate, but Mary was just a jewel to us in the city, and we certainly miss her. And I know all of the young people who frequent Hyatt Park miss her just as much.
Well, we are so excited. If I will tell you, everything's still under development. The history, I guess, of the historic pavilion that was once there many moons ago, there are some bold development happening at Hyatt Park, and we're so thankful to the collective leadership of council and certainly the constant leadership of Mr. Davis. I think it's a wonderful legacy. I'd like to read this resolution, if you'd indulge me. Whereas Mary G. Thurman was born and raised in Pelzer, South Carolina, she was a graduate of Woodmont High School in Piedmont, where she was a stellar athlete in both basketball and volleyball. She received an athletic scholarship and graduated from South Carolina State University with a degree in physical education. She was also a gifted musician and singer, as she performed as a pianist and organist for her church. And whereas Mary G. Thurman was formerly employed by Hope Worldwide for 20 years as executive director, and she continued her service with Hope Worldwide as a volunteer, serving as South Carolina chapter representative since 2016. And whereas Mary G. Thurman joined City of Columbia Parks and Recreation in 2013 as a recreation coordinator, and brought dozens of programs at Hyatt Park's Leroy Moss Community Center. Her mission was to get the community involved, and she was able to achieve her goal with many programs and touched the lives of countless children, seniors, and families, and was instrumental in providing outstanding services to the Hyatt Park, Keenan Terrace neighborhood. And whereas Mayor G. Thurman brought forth many programs that benefited her community, such as the Thanksgiving Food Drive, Christmas Toy Drive, Saturday Academy, Cooking Matters, Shoes Giveaway, and a Vita tax service, just to name a few. With her most endearing programs close to her heart was a partnership with the Education Outreach Program and Midlands Youth Capture, the Colorful Cosmos, a YCCC. Now, therefore, be it resolved this 9th day of November, 2021, that the Mayor and City Council of Columbia hereby approve the honorary naming of the Hyatt Park Pavilion Park located at 951 Jackson Avenue. Name it Mary G. Thurman Pavilion. The design and color of the honorary sign shall be subject to the approval of the Director of Public Works. All right. That is a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Mr. Davis, second by Ms. Devine. Any further discussion? Move the previous question. Clerk, call the roll.
Mr. Brennan?
Yes.
Mr. Rickman?
Aye.
Mr. McDowell?
Yes.
Mr. Duval?
Aye.
Ms. Devine?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
Mayor Benjamin?
Aye.
Thank you.
All right.
So Mayor, thank you so much for reading that resolution. And we know that we lost Mary early this year, February of this year. And as you read, Mary was a pillar for Hyatt Park, especially with her seniors. She loved her seniors. And Mary had a special way of touching the lives of our youth as well as her staff. She really impacted her staff. So we have something that we're going to present to her sister, Ms. Eula Duncan, that's with us today. I'm going to read it, and I want to allow her to make a few comments as well. It reads, in honor of Mary G. Thurman, Recreation Coordinator, 2013 to 2021, the City of Columbia dedicates Hyatt Park Pavilion to a true pillar and inspiration to the community, reminding us of the lives she touched throughout her time with us. And thank you to Kenyon Bryant, our Deputy Director, that's with us, Kerry Rich, our Superintendent, and also Todd Martin, our Project Manager that's here from the Recreation Department. Also Randy Davis, our Director of Parks and Recreation. In his absence, he is not here today, but we thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you so much. I am elated. And driving down today was kind of emotional for me because there's so many landmarks and just so many memories coming to visit Mary. But she was a woman of excellence who is really, she's gone too soon. And I know you miss her, we miss her even more. But I'm not going to be able to do this. But I just want to say on behalf of my family, I just say thank you. She really deserved this. And I'm so appreciative to all of you. Thank you so much. She loved all of you and just about everybody she met. She left an impact on them. So she was just that kind of person. And we love her, and I'm just so happy to know that you loved her as much as you do because of what you've done here today. Thank you.
Henry and the team, thank you all so much for that. Mary represented the very best of us. And I'll tell you, we also had an opportunity today to really highlight some of the strides that we've made in public safety in this city over the last several years under the leadership of Chief Holbrook and Deputy Chief Kelly and their command staff and the men and women who run towards danger when the rest of us run in the opposite direction. The press conference we had earlier just really wanted to highlight the amazing work being done at the Emergency Operations Center under Director Tinsley, the Real-Time Crime Center, and how just good old-fashioned policing that helps build the ties that bind in the community, representing the responsible leadership, accountable leadership, transparent leadership, and you take that and you lever up technology as a force multiplier, showing people what you can get done. I mentioned at the press conference earlier, and I think I mentioned to many of you previously, I had an opportunity to participate in the Washington Post panel early this year in which two mayors were selected to present, and I asked why I was there, and they commented that the Police Executive Research Forum had highlighted Columbia, South Carolina as one of the few major cities in the country over 2019 to 2020 as the pandemic raged across the country and we saw crime go up, we saw homicides and violent crime go down in this city. It doesn't just happen. It happens because you have men and women who are doing the heavy lifting and the very thoughtful precision policing that Chief Holbrook and Deputy Chief Kelly and their team has evidenced. It was important that we highlight all the great work being done at the EOC and the Real-Time Crime Center. I hope it's covered the way in which the information was presented. It's also notable that gun homicides are down 31% in Columbia this year. Still too many guns on the street, still too much going on, but our men and women in blue are doing their jobs and doing it well. I'm going to defer to the city manager at this point.
Mayor Benjamin, it couldn't have been more timely today for you, and I know you've wanted to do that a long time. You and I have talked about highlighting the successes of the department and recognizing this path that we are certainly going down to utilize technology to complement Chief Holbrook's focus on 21st century policing and community policing. And so when finally the time came today for our schedules to align and us to get the press conference done to highlight those efforts, it was not lost on me that there's also something else that you and the council and I have talked about doing for a long time to recognize the tenure truly and accomplishments of our chief and our deputy chief. And so I would like them both to come forward. It's very difficult to do anything to surprise these two gentlemen. It's even difficult to get the deputy chief to leave his desk and come to Leslie Street today because he's just so busy after the press conference. But as they come forward, because my grandmother always told me that you recognize people and give them their flowers while they are due and they are with us, we today, for their stellar leadership during some very trying times of the pandemic, periods of social unrest,
forward,
for
to the front,
all
to the front,
of
to
the
the front.
myriad of things that we have expressed and we've seen firsthand in that EOC today, the leadership that's being exhibited. Today, we salute them both. And it is time to present them with their fourth and third stars. I've been on a mission. I mean, this has been, I felt like Wonder Woman or something trying to get this done. I want to thank Ms. Perlina and Michelle and Fern for their grace, how gracious they are to help. Major Drafts, Jennifer, everybody who assisted to pull this off, but it's time. I'm going to ask Michelle to help with the fourth star for our chief. I don't know if I can get it open. And Fern. These ladies probably know how this works much better than me. We're gonna take our time and get it done right. I'm gonna give it to Mama. Okay. Her to have the oath set. All right. He's like, not even know what's going on.
You got it?
Huh? I know, right?
No, I'm a practice taker. I know.
Sorry.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
I was gonna read the bios, mayor, council that we know. So impressive. 8 years with us coming up in 2022, 23 years in 2022. Started as an explorer.
Yeah,
I mean, this man has how many years in the profession, chief? 30 years in the profession. You know, we are so thrilled with you two and the whole leadership team and the whole department. Thank you for every sacrifice and your family's sacrifice.
Well,
Never heard you speak.
I can't believe I didn't have any idea that this was,
Oh, right, you were teasing me yesterday at lunch. I was like, you know what, he is just got.
Really was.
Going through.
I don't know what to say, really. I take zero credit for any of these accomplishments. It's because of the man behind me and the staff that's here. We've persevered through some of the most challenging times that our profession has experienced, and we were not immune to that here. And it's professional police officers, leadership, confidence in selecting me. Thank you. Thank you.
I've never received so many calls to come to council meeting as soon as possible. I didn't know. I figured about the fourth call, I knew something was up. But I've said it before and I'll say it again. We are a spoke on the wheel that keeps this city turning, and so very proud to be a part of that wheel. And no matter what time it is, what day of the week it is, we're always committed to putting the city at the forefront. Family is very important to all of us. We're so fortunate to have family that supports us. I will say that in parting, that we will miss some of the things that will happen as this council term towards the end. I was jokingly saying to a friend of mine, a certain council member calls me late at night saying bad words, and how close he and I have grown to be. Sam Davis.
Yeah, exactly.
And,
It wasn't me.
we all knew it was, but relationships like that you can't replace, and it becomes not work. but a way of life. And we just thank each and every one of you so much. But most like to thank the men and women who are out there right now patrolling the streets of Columbia, who are investigating those crimes and making the city better. So thank you for what you've done for us and what you continue to do, but for the men and women who are out there, continue to do what they do. Thank them as well. Thank you.
I'll tell you, as many of you get around the country, as I've had the privilege of doing, you will not find two finer lawmen, and it's a unique privilege to have both of them in the same city, same time, leading our police department.
Council, you can have him join.
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody ready? All media friends? All right, 1, 2, 3, again. 1, 2, and 3, and one more. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Done.
Awesome. That should be fun.
Then you better go get you.
Huh?
You better go get you a private.
You get
No,
TK?
I don't play
Teresa?
that. I don't put
Knox.
them in that situation. If you don't know where I stand on crime, on police by now, you got a problem.
The only thing I see is Laura loves you.
All right. And that was pretty cool, Madam City Manager. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you.
And we did have one other presentation before we move
How much
into.
of your
cover.
hot? Is your microphone hot?
I'm s-
Can't hear you too well.
Yes, sir, it's on.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Would you
can.
like to go to Arbor Day, sir?
Sure. And who's going to receive this?
Probably
Is it
Robert or
Robert gonna
Sarah or, and
Oh,
Caleb,
I see Sarah.
okay?
Oh, I see him back there now.
Come on down, Robert and Caleb.
Right.
We have the Arbor
It's,
Day 2021 proclamation, the Honorable Mayor Stephen K. Benjamin.
Whereas in 1872, J. Sterling Morton proposed to the Nebraska Board of Agriculture that a special day be set aside for the planting of trees. And whereas this holiday called Arbor Day was first observed with the planting of more than 1 million trees in Nebraska, and whereas Arbor Day is now observed throughout the world, and whereas trees are a renewable source, giving us paper, wood for our homes, fuel for our fires, and beauty wherever they exist, and whereas trees can reduce the erosion of our precious topsoil by wind and water, cut heating and cooling costs, moderate the temperature, clean the air, produce life-giving oxygen, and provide habitat for wildlife. And whereas wherever they are planted, trees are a source of joy and spiritual renewal. Now, therefore, I, Stephen K. Benjamin, Mayor of the City of Columbia, along with my fellow members of Columbia City Council, do hereby proclaim December 3rd, 2021, to be Arbor Day in the great city of Columbia, and urge our fellow citizens to recognize and participate in observance. This, of course, will be our last meeting before the end of the month. Caleb, thank you. Sarah, and I guess Robert. I still owe Robert a little bit of payback. Whole nother story. But to your entire team for your incredible leadership across this city, making sure the city remains beautiful. I know several of our members are passionate about that. Ms. Duval and others, and just thank you for your leadership.
Thank you.
All right. Is there a motion?
So move.
Is there a second?
I move.
I moved and seconded. Ms. Devine and Mr. Duval. I'll move the previous question. Clerk, call the roll.
Mr. Brennan?
Yes.
Mr. Rickman?
Aye.
Mr. McDowell? Mr. Duval?
Aye.
Ms. Devine?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
Mayor Benjamin?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for having me. Again, Arbor Day is like special to the Forestry Division. As you guys know, it is tree planting time in the city of Columbia. So we plant 500 trees every year. We methodically look at all the locations throughout town that need a tree planted at them. And I just love this time of year as it's a time to look to the future as to what our urban canopy could look like in the future. And so it's always a great time. We're also working with Keep the Midlands Beautiful this year as they won an Arbor Day grant, and so they're actually helping plant 50 of those 500 trees. So we're excited as we've got to teach them how to plant, and they're getting involved as well. So again, we're excited for another successful planting season, and I'm excited that we're being honored here and keeping Arbor Day going. Again, we're applying for our 43rd year of Arbor Day with Tree City USA. So again, excited to have that as a part of our city.
That's the only thing you require, right? Yeah. Thank you all.
Thank you.
As Mayor Benjamin takes his seat, we will move into our city council discussion action item, which is related as usual to the COVID-19 update. Mayor Benjamin will start us off, and of course, we'll have a situational report by Mr. Harry Tinsley, Emergency Management Director.
Sure. Harry's done such a great job keeping us in the loop of trends and seeing how we've been managing COVID in this city. I am particularly proud, as I've expressed to the city manager and her team earlier, of the fact that, so often we look at a glass as being half empty and not half full. And our glass, as it relates to COVID acceptance, vaccination acceptance amongst our city employees, has been exceptional. I think we're at about 81% for our employees, and 3% more who have been partially vaccinated. So we are. So you think about places that have a very high vaccination rate like New York City. We have a higher vaccination rate amongst our employees in the city of New York, higher than the state, higher than the county. We're going in the right direction because of the leadership of our staff and this council. I'm just going to walk through because we're going to have some discussion and potentially some action onto this item right now, and might invite you up, Director Tinsley, as well, to grab the microphone. But we're watching a dramatic decrease in the rate of cases per 100,000 individuals. Who's got the ticker? Let's move next slide. Testing, of course, is down as well. Keep going. Percent positive rate, previous day, 3.8%, well below what we wanted to see early on, obviously, in the pandemic, when we expected different types of activities to occur. The number's always been 5% over a multi-week period. Again, we're seeing numbers that are good, and we're very happy about that. Keep on going. We're also seeing, after seeing a spike in deaths, we've seen a significant deceleration. Still one is too many, but again, we've seen some significant improvement in that area. Hospitalizations down significantly, particularly happy the fact of children not being hospitalized at the rate at which they were early on, down significantly. ICU hospitalizations the same. Is that the last one? All right. Oh, and of course, those COVID-19 patients on ventilators. I know that we actually had some discussion at our last meeting, the last time we renewed the ordinance around masking as to how long we would do it. We're seeing some fantastic trends. It's important that, and I would say this again to everyone within the sound of our voice, that you get vaccinated. If in fact you catch the virus, your success rate in beating it goes up dramatically. Still, it's good to see that masking and social distancing and sanitizing techniques that were not necessarily a part of our everyday activities are becoming part and parcel as to how we live going forward, and that's very encouraging. Get vaccinated. If you're feeling sick, keep your space and keep your distance from others. Again, very thankful, and as council is very thankful and proud of our team. We want to see that number get as close to 100 as possible, but we are pushing back and beating the odds here. I do want to take this after a sit rep from Director Tinsley, although I've stolen all his slides. If he wants to share some other information, I'm going to use this as an opportunity to make a motion that immediately we cease the enforcement of the mask ordinance in Columbia, understanding that the prohibition, that the requirement to continue masking in city-owned buildings will remain intact. I have a motion that I would like to make at the appropriate time, but we'll be making that motion at the end of Director Tinsley's comments, and obviously we'll have all council have a chance to have input as well. Please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good afternoon, members of council, Madam City Manager. So just as the mayor has alluded to on some of the data sets there on the 7 key indicators that we look for to determine community spread or burden of COVID, we are trending in those 7 indicators in the right direction, and forecast models right now are showing that we will continue to trend in that direction for the next several weeks. So we are moving back into a good direction. I will give you a quick update on vaccine clinics. We are partnering with Prisma Health. We'll be hosting a mobile vaccination clinic at our Vista Lights annual holiday festival on November 18th. All this information is on our website as well, and our Resilient Columbia, and it's also communicated throughout our social media through our PR department. 1200 block of Lincoln Street, near the Blue Marlin there, we'll have a mobile clinic set up from 4:30 to 9 p.m. Also, we continue to roll out the clinics at our parks, Hyatt Park on the 10th from 1 to 5, Martin Luther King Park on the 17th, this is this month, the 17th from 1 to 5, Melrose Park, the 24th of November, that'll be from 1 to 5, and then Woodland Park on the 30th of November from 1 to 5. And we continue to work with our partners to make sure we have that capacity. Also, our testing at 2221 Divine Street is daily from 9 to 4. We still do that location. Just some real quick assessment on the data that reported out through DHEC today. Our case count for our state stands at 724,601. Those are confirmed case counts. You'll notice that I wasn't at the last meeting because I had to attend a function, but on October 5th at our meeting, we were at 33,000, a little over 33,000 cases in a 14-day period. Now in our state, we're just over 9,000. So as you see, those numbers are going continue to go down. Today's numbers post out at 276 confirmed cases, 106 probable. That's a total of 382. Our percent positivity is 4.3%, and we were at 8.9 as of October 5th, so we're almost a month ago. 2 additional confirmed deaths reported out today throughout our state. Richland County case count for us here stands at 56,239. The case count today was 19 total combined. It's 15 confirmed and 4 probable. We are, over the last 14 days in Richland County, we've had about 450 new confirmed cases. That's averaging about 32 per day, and that's down really significantly over that reporting set. And as of the 11th, the 14-day recent disease activity incident rate, we continue in Richland County to remain low. Our percent positive for that report period is 3.5, and we want to see it below 5%, so we are trending steady in that direction. Hospital bed capacity through our state remains good. As of the 8th, there were 510 patients currently hospitalized in our state due to COVID-19 confirmed or suspected. Here in Richland County, there are 24 patients, and there have been over 5.5 million vaccines to date. Right now, in our state, 55.5% of South Carolina's population greater than 12 years old are considered fully vaccinated, and 63.3% have had at least one shot, one dose. In Richland County, that number continues to go up. 57.5% are considered fully vaccinated, and 65.9% of our residents in Richland County have received at least one dose. And those numbers fall above the CDC or within the CDC guidance. But any questions, that concludes my report.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Harry. Let me make a motion, take a second, then we'll have discussion. Ordinance 2021-94, repealing Ordinance 2021-81, extended emergency ordinance 2021-078 related to COVID-19, whereas by ordinance number 2021-081 enacted on October 5th, 2021, City Council extended ordinance 2021-078 that temporarily suspended the normal operating procedures of City Council and city boards and commissions, meetings, as well as requiring facial coverings in all public places within the city to slow the spread of the novel coronavirus disease known as COVID-19, and whereas City Council desires to have said ordinance repealed. Now therefore be it ordained by the Mayor and City Council of the City of Columbia, South Carolina, this 9th day of November 2021, that the restrictions heretofore enacted by ordinance number 2021-78 and extended by ordinance 2021-81 are hereby repealed. This ordinance shall take effect immediately. Is there a second?
Second.
All right. I will say just 2 more notes, and I'm going to defer to council. I know we have some members who may want to make comments. The greatest challenge we face between now and the end of the year is honestly, it's Thanksgiving, it's families. So we really want to encourage everyone, family members, when you're around those who you love most, let's be careful, let's be thoughtful, let's make sure that we're doing everything we can to discourage the spread of COVID-19. We can do it, and obviously if we can do it with those we love most, we can beat this thing. Secondly, I anticipate I'm going to defer to the subject matter experts, but this will also be our last City Council meeting in Busby Street. We will, for the balance of the calendar year, be returning to City Council under the direction of the City Manager, of course, Chief Tinsley, Chief Jenkins, and others. We'll still obviously be thoughtful in how we congregate and how many people we have in the chambers, but we anticipate returning back to council. And lastly, I'm going to be quiet. Thank you again to our city staff, and I'm talking about all of us, all 2,000 plus, for your collective leadership exhibited over this. Hopefully this is where we can see the light at the end of the tunnel. And it's sunlight, it's not a train, because of our collective leadership. Discussion, Mr. Rickman, Ms. Devine.
And I think this maybe more for Harry, or I'm not sure it is. I've gotten a lot of calls of folks seeing if there's any way to have vaccination clinics open past 4 or 5, because a lot of people work till 6. Is there any way to do some clinics where folks can go get vaccinated after hours or tested? Because all of these sites are closing before 5 o'clock, and a lot of people who are working different shifts and can't get from one place to the other. I didn't know if that's something we can coordinate with DHEC or Prisma. I mean, since we're using our sites, I was hoping we could have some influence on that, but if that's something, because I think we still want to encourage people to get vaccinated as much as possible. We need to make it easy as possible. I know that you're trying to move around with the mobile and try different places, but it's the Monday through Friday folks that need an opportunity to get there. So if we could look into that, I'd appreciate it.
All right, thank you. Ms. Devine?
Yeah, just a couple things, and I will say to follow up on Councilman Rickman, there are also opportunities on the weekends as well. I know I have co-hosted clinics with DHEC and Prisma Health, and so we're in the community on the weekends, and so we want to make sure that all that information gets out. But first of all, thank all of staff, but I will say I had the pleasure of meeting Harry's sister on a couple occasions, and I told her, I said, if it's not Dr. Fauci, Dr. Bell, or Chief Tinsley, I'm not doing it. And so you have become, our expert here, and I thank you so much for just the data and the information and making sure that we have the right information to make decisions based on the science and not for any political reasons. And so, as we said earlier, if we saw that decrease in that trend, we would follow the science. And so I know there are still some people who will want to wear masks. I know in lots of situations I probably still will, but as far as our city mandating it, I think we are at that point that we can follow the science and go without mandating it. I do think we're at a very interesting part. We've only a week in, if that long, where children 5 to 11 are eligible. I now have one more child that's now eligible. I still have one that's not going to be. But I know, at least for me, to Councilman Rickman's point about scheduling, trying to get her into the pediatrician this week has been very difficult. And so I don't know for our clinics, is there any plan to have some children's vaccinations available as well? Oh. Okay, I just think for parents, that would be easier if they're able to go to a clinic and not necessarily have to get into a pediatrician or wait to another time. But I know that because the dosage is different, not every vaccination clinic has that available. So I would love for us to make that available. And then I guess the last question would be, as far as the trends go, we got the vaccinations and the testing. Can we still also make sure that we are promoting where people can get tested? Are we still using our facility on Divine Street? But I don't think many people go. It seems like when I go by there's not a lot. So we just want to make sure people also know that where you can get tested as well. I think a lot of folks are looking at the vaccinations, but when people do have symptoms, they need to know where they can go get tested. Okay. Thank you so very much.
Any other comments?
Move to previous question.
All right. Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Brennan?
Yes.
Mr. Rickman?
Aye.
Mr. McDowell?
Yes.
Mr. Duval?
Aye.
Mr. Vine?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
Mayor Benjamin?
Aye, thank you.
Thank
Thanks.
you, Mayor. Thank you, Council. We are at the point on the agenda to approve the consent agenda items 5 through 18.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? Seeing none, we'll move to the previous question. The clerk call the roll.
Mr. Brennan?
Yes.
Mr. Rickman?
Aye.
Mr. McDowell? Mr. Duval?
Aye.
Mr. Vine?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
Mayor Benjamin?
Aye.
Thank you. That takes us to the public hearing and first reading for zoning planning matters with assistance from Director Hampton.
Thank you. Set up here one moment. Good evening.
Good evening, Krista.
So your first item on your public hearing agenda is an annexation, comprehensive map amendment, and zoning map amendment for 7800 Garner's Ferry Road. A request to annex the property, assign a land use classification of community activity center, and a zoning of commercial, general commercial. The property is currently neighborhood medium density in Richland County. We are allowing citizens to participate remotely. You may listen to the audio and call in at 855-925-2801. When you're prompted, please enter the meeting code of 8380 and press 1 to listen. If you're here for a case, you stay on until that case is called. You have two options then. To leave a voice message, you can press *2. It'll be played back. Or you can press *3 and be placed in the speaker queue. City staff will unmute callers during the period, and you are limited to 3 minutes. Please remember, if you are calling in, to turn off any other devices so that we do not have feedback.
All right, we're good to go?
So 7800 Garner's Ferry annexation.
Is anyone here to speak in favor of or against this item? Is anyone queued up to do so electronically? No?
No, sir.
All right. Is there a motion?
I got a question, Mr.
Okay,
Mayor.
Please, Will.
Ms. Hampton, how, the zoning that we are about to decide on, how is that different than the current county zoning? I guess my question is,
Thank you.
can the property owner do what they want to do with this property if they were to not zone, get it rezoned, annexed?
Yes, they actually developed in the county, so it is a developed property. So either way, it's both general commercial in both the county and in the city.
Perfect, thank you.
All right. Any other questions? Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Move the previous question. Clerk, call the roll.
Mr. Brennan?
Yes.
Mr. Rickman?
Aye.
Mr. McDowell? Mr. Duval?
Aye.
Mr. Vine?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
Mayor Benjamin?
Aye.
An annexation comprehensive plan map amendment and zoning map amendment next to 3900 River Drive, also known as 3820 River Drive. Request to annex the property and assign a land use classification of urban core mixed residential and a zoning classification of employment campus. The property is currently zoned mixed use corridor, zone GC by Richland County.
Is anyone here to speak in favor of or against this? Is anyone queued up electronically to speak on the
No, sir.
matter?
No, sir.
All right, any discussion from council? If not, entertain a motion.
Yeah, I wanted, is this so that they can rebuild?
Yes, this was necessary for that project to
Okay.
have moved forward.
Yeah.
Move to approve.
Move approval. Mr. Davis, is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Move the previous question. Clerk, call the roll.
Mr. Brennan?
Yes.
Mr. Rickman?
Aye.
Mr. McDowell? Mr. Duval?
Aye.
Mr. Vine?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
Mayor Benjamin?
Aye.
Next is a major amendment, so this is a rezoning, a major amendment to a planned development on the south side of Broad River Road. It's a request to make a major amendment to the planned unit development to change the land classification from reserved.
All right.
This is in the Harbison development area and has received the approval of the Harbison Group.
All right. Super and unanimous from Planning Commission. We do have two folks who signed up to speak. Do we have anyone online who is signed up to speak?
No, sir.
All right. If you want to be heard, Mr. Reams and Ms. Swigert, are you both in favor of the development?
They are.
All right. If there's no one else signed up to speak, move approval. Is there a second? I'm sorry, Mr. McDowell?
Maybe I didn't get it. I've just got something that says that this particular thing poses a high density
It is,
kind of concern. What's the proposed number of units?
74 lots.
How many?
74 individual attached units, so single-family attached, 74 lots. It's 14 acres.
And
The
it's-
lot sizes will range between 3,800 and 4,600 square feet.
I move approval of the application.
Second.
All right. Any other discussion? So each lot just south of a tenth of an acre, maybe a little smaller. Okay. Mr. McDowell? Any other questions?
Yeah, I'm ready.
With the previous question, clerk call the roll.
Mr. Brennan?
Yes.
Mr. Rickman?
Aye.
Mr. McDowell?
Yes.
Mr. Duval?
Aye.
Mr. Vine?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
Mayor Benjamin?
Aye.
Thank you.
Well, as promised, when we adopted the new Unified Development Ordinance, we knew that we would have changes to come back to you, and so we do. And I regret to say that the applicant, Rachel Bailey, regrettably is no longer with the city, so she is not here today. She has gone back into private sector. We miss her terribly, but she did a great job. But she is no longer here. She's working with a large-scale solar installation company.
When did that happen?
Anyway,
Who was that?
Rachel Bailey, our zoning administrator. So she's the applicant, but she's not here, so I will act on her behalf.
Is that legal?
I have a letter of agency. So I can go through each of these. I sent a summary as well as there's a summary along with the agenda. However, council would like to proceed with these items.
All right. This is a public hearing. Is anyone here to speak on this matter, or anyone online?
And I'll
No,
give a
sir.
little bit more
sorry.
background.
Oh,
You know,
please.
these are amendments to the Unified Development Ordinance. Some of them were just plain omissions that we're cleaning up. Some were definitions that as we were implementing it, we realized we needed. We are amending, for instance, the accessory dwelling unit to allow those to be a little bit larger. We noticed some setbacks were too great. We found a development where bicycle parking was excessive, so we're reducing that in some of these instances. I promise you, there will be additional ones as we implement this. We don't want this to be static. We don't want to say that we've gone another 40 years, as we did with this one. So, but again, I'm glad to go through each of the different sections as council
Mr. Mayor.
desires.
Yes, sir.
Just as a question of curiosity, how did you find these? Are you reading through this a little bit every day and jotting down things that are?
It's on a podcast.
Well, we
You don't
actually,
listen?
that's a good idea. We had identified them, some of them after you all had adopted the code. But some of them are during the implementation when projects are coming through that we've identified them. The one about the gyms was something that had come up through a citizen. So it's a whole host of ways that we're identifying these.
They're very interesting.
Yes. I'm glad you think so. We do as well.
All right.
No one calls zoning very interesting very much, so thank you.
I think, I'm sure if I made the motion already, but I do. Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and second, any discussion? Move to the previous question, clerk call the roll.
Mr. Brennan?
Yes.
Mr. Rickman?
Aye.
Mr. McDowell? Mr. Duval?
Aye.
Mr. Vine?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
Mayor Benjamin?
Hey, aye, thank you so much.
It's your last zoning public hearing, sir.
Is it really?
It really is,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Thank
Rachel,
you.
and Rachel dumped me on the way to the hearing.
That's
Okay.
right, yep.
Give her our very best, please.
Will do, thank you.
Thank you, Krista. Resolutions, item 23, resolution number R 2021. And Mayor Benjamin, do you want us to take this one up first or last?
Let's do last. Let's do 24, 25, and 26.
Yes, sir. Item 24, resolution number R 2021-111, certifying 4 building sites as abandoned buildings pursuant to the South Carolina Abandoned Buildings Revitalization Act, Title 12, Chapter 67, Section 1267-100 of the South Carolina Code of Laws as amended regarding the property located at 1813 Main Street.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Move the previous question, clerk call the roll.
Mr. Brennan?
Yes.
Mr. Rickman?
Aye.
Mr. McDowell?
Yes.
Mr. Duval?
Aye.
Mr. Vine?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
Mayor Benjamin?
Aye.
Item 25, resolution number R 2021-115, certifying a building site as abandoned buildings pursuant to the South Carolina Abandoned Buildings Revitalization Act, Title 12, Chapter 67, Section 1267-100.
So move.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Move the previous question, clerk call the roll.
Mr. Brennan?
Yes.
Mr. Rickman? Mr.
Aye.
Rickman? Mr. McDowell?
Yes.
Mr. Duval?
Aye.
Mr. Vine? Aye. Mr. Davis?
Aye.
Mayor Benjamin?
Aye.
Item 26, resolution number 2021-127, authorizing a first amendment to the management services agreement between the City of Columbia and Executive Management and Leasing, Inc. for the property located at 1401 Main Street.
Question.
Yes, sir.
This management agreement, is it for the building or the complete grounds, parking lot, everything else around it? And I see Missy coming
It
to the.
does have, the main focus of this is for the building itself. but
We're
they
going
do
up on your
have-
rent is what we're doing.
Curious about the parking.
Charged
sir.
for the view.
So the city's managing the parking. This
The
agreement is for the building
The litter
itself.
control and, okay, perfect, thank you.
So,
Jokes.
I move approval. Second. Any discussion? We'll move the previous question, clerk call the roll.
Mr. Brennan?
Yes.
Mr. Rickman?
Aye.
Mr. McDowell?
Yes.
Mr. Duval?
Aye.
Mr. Vine?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
Mayor Benjamin?
Aye.
Yes, sir. Item 23, resolution number R 2021-106, ratifying and authorizing the city manager to execute a Columbia Riverfront Park, Saluda River Greenway and Vista Greenway donation agreement between the City of Columbia and Prisma Health, and any documents necessary to consummate the acceptance of a donation to the city for the use and support of Riverfront Park and Greenways.
So moved.
Second.
Mayor Pro Tem, do you mind taking?
Yeah, I move. You second, so.
Yes, sir. Thank you. You're going to ask for the vote, Mayor Pro Tem McDowell?
Ask for the vote. The mayor recused himself.
Sorry.
Yes, sir.
I don't think he realized that he wanted, he's going.
I didn't realize you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, sir. Yes, sir.
It's
You
been
got a
moved in-
second. Yes,
It's been
sir.
moved and seconded.
Yes, sir.
Madam Clerk, would you call the roll, please?
Certainly. Mr. Brennan?
Yes.
Mr. Rickman?
Aye.
Mr. McDowell?
Yes.
Mr. Duval?
Aye.
Mr. Vine? Aye. Mr. Davis?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have one event resolution, I believe, yes, and these safety plans adhere to the COVID-19 pandemic safety and social distancing protocols as published by the CDC and South Carolina DHEC, and they've been reviewed and approved by the Columbia Police Department. For the resolution number R 2021-119, authorizing consumption of beer and wine only at the South Carolina Oyster Festival.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Move the previous question, clerk call the roll.
Mr. Brennan?
Yes.
Mr. Rickman?
Aye.
Mr. McDowell?
Yes.
Mr. Duval?
Aye.
Mr. Vine? Aye. Mr. Davis?
Aye.
Mayor Benjamin?
Aye.
Moving into a period of appointments, Ms. Jenkins Wood will come forward to assist. We've got the Accommodations Tax Advisory Committee, Climate Protection Action Committee, Richland County Board of Assessment Appeals, and the South Carolina Memorial Park Commission.
ATAC first.
First, we have the Accommodations Tax Advisory Committee. Council's asked to appoint up to 2 appointees. So one of the people that applied is actually a reappointment, and if you check the chart on the back of that, that reappointment is not included in the 2 slots that you have available to appoint. However, there's only one person that applied for the additional.
So we still have one vacancy.
You still have
Okay.
one vacancy.
Okay, so we have Mr. Agee, and who is Hal Stevenson?
He was
I'm
already
joking,
on
I'm
A.
joking, I'm joking. Move the appointments of Mr. Stevenson and Mr. Agee.
Okay.
Is there a second?
Second.
And they still have one vacancy?
Yes, sir, we
Refill.
do.
Move the previous, I'm sorry, any other nominations?
I've been working with
I know Ms. Davis is working.
So we have a district, we've been working with, and we have a District 1 appointee for
Yes.
that, which is why we're holding the additional
Yes.
vacancy.
And Mr. Davis, you've been
Yes,
working
sir. Mm-hmm.
to get another name. Well, I hope to see it at the next meeting.
Yes, sir.
All right, move the previous
Mayor.
question.
Kevin, I do likewise, there's no nominee for, there are no applications for District 2. Do we have the opportunity to do that at a later date?
There's only one slot, right? How many slots are there?
Yeah, so if Sam, yes, there's only one additional. So Hal Stevenson is a reappointment. There's 2 slots after that. You appointed Sam a G, so now there's only one.
We haven't yet, we haven't done it yet, but.
Okay. So there's two slots outside of Hal Stevenson. So Hal Stevenson was reappointed. There are 2 vacancies.
That's 1 and 2.
Or both of those have to be hospitality industry?
Yes, sir, because the 2 individuals that we lost were hospitality and lodging. Yes, sir.
So Sam McGee is a former chairman of the Hotel Hospitality Gateway. Wouldn't he fit that mold?
Mr.
I would
McDowell?
say that qualifies.
Yes, sir.
Ms. McDowell?
I defer.
Are you okay with the 2 applicants?
I can't hear you.
Are you okay with the 2 applicants? Are you? No? Are you in a,
Not right now, no, sir.
sir?
No. Sure. Yes.
We can let y'all dial a little bit on the second vacancy. Let's move forward, Mr. Stevens' reappointment, and y'all can talk about the other 2 slots prospectively, okay? I'm comfortable with the applicants, but I want
Okay.
to recognize Ms. McDowell's unreadiness.
Can we do that?
So
Yes, sir.
I'll move Mr. Stevenson for reappointment.
Yes, sir.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? We'll move the previous question, clerk call the roll.
Mr. Brennan?
Yes.
Mr. Rickaman?
Aye.
Mr. McDowell?
Yes.
Mr. Duval?
Aye.
Mr. Vine?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
Mayor Benjamin?
Aye, so again, for clarity's sake, there are 2 slots available. I know Mr. Davis has been discussing a name with Ms. Wood, and we'll discuss the other applicants. We do have Mr. Agee still on the table, and Mr. McDowell. Hopefully, let's see if we can put a bow on this by next meeting. All right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Next, we have the Climate Protection Action Committee. Council is asked to appoint up to 2 non-voting appointees to this committee. There's also a recommendation listed from CPAC Committee.
I would.
And additionally, we also have an appointee for District 1, which is the reason why we held it last meeting, that we're working with Councilman Davis with as
How
well.
many slots do we have here?
So just those 2.
Just those 2 slots.
So we are comfortable with the applications of Robert Padilla and Tempest Johnson?
So if we appoint both, they would fill one of the district, the availability to put a District 1 appointee.
Well, I see one, it has Tempest Johnson, it says
There's a work,
Oh.
school,
Oh,
and-
yeah,
on the
she
school and
does.
district
student, yeah.
one.
And does a District 1 for her work for school, because she is a USC student.
Sure, that's,
They both are.
I would definitely want to move forward, Mr. Goodia. Did Mr. Davis want to hold that again?
I'll second that nomination, Mr. Padilla.
Who was it? I'm sorry, I
Robert
couldn't hear.
Padilla, PhD student in geography at the university, Robert Padilla. He's been actually active in CPAC over the last year.
Yes, sir, he's been very active and works directly with the committee already.
All right, let's move Mr. Gadea forward, and have one more seat open.
Yes,
understanding?
yes, sir.
But there's a District 1
Yes,
slot,
sir.
and have to resolve that hopefully by
Yes,
next
sir.
meeting as well. Everybody good? Let's move the previous question, clerk call the roll.
Mr. Brennan?
Yes.
Mr. Rickaman?
Aye.
Mr. McDowell?
Yes.
Mr. Duval?
Aye.
Mr. Vine?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
Mayor Benjamin?
Aye.
Thank you.
All right.
So next, we have the Richland County Board of Assessment Appeals. Council is asked to appoint one appointee with expertise in real estate or real estate industry, and they must live within the city limits. We have 3 applicants. The memo from interim assessor Katie Marr is also attached.
I move the appointment of Christine Wells. And how many slots do we have?
Just one.
I'll
Yes, sir.
move
Just
the
one.
appointment of Christine Wells.
Okay.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Move the previous question, clerk call the roll.
Mr. Brennan?
Yes.
Mr. Rickman?
Aye.
Mr. McDowell?
Yes.
Mr. Duval?
Aye.
Mr. Vine?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
Mayor Benjamin?
Aye.
Last but not least, we have the SC Memorial Park Commission. Council is asked to reappoint the members of the commission that have all agreed to serve additional terms as proposed in the bylaws. This is a pre-existing committee that was inactive, but it's now becoming active again. And it's been handled primarily by Councilman Duval and then also vetted by legal regarding the bylaws and any additional changes.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, sir, Mr. Duval?
As Ashley has explained, this is a rebirth of the South Carolina Memorial Park Commission that was appointed according to Bud Ferrillo, who has served on it since its inception. Sam Davis is the only person that was on council when it was started. It has not had governing rules that the other commissions had, so they asked us to come up with bylaws, which legal department has drafted and they have approved. And they have asked these particular people, that a broad range of representatives from all over the community, to serve as the initial board, and all of them have agreed. So I would move that we approve the bylaws and the proposed list of members.
Mr. Davis?
That completes the board in terms of vacancies.
No,
Is that
I
right?
think they got more people, 1, 2, 3, 4,
Six.
5,
Yes,
6,
it's
7,
10.
8,
It's
9.
10.
They could have 2 more members, they could have 12.
I have a brother-in-law.
No,
in
no,
the-
10.
This says 10, this says 10.
No,
Mr.
excuse me,
Barlow
no
said
more than
different.
10, so they have 10.
They have 10.
It says 10.
That would be nice. I have a brother-in-law that's a
Would
Vietnam
you be?
veteran that's on the wall.
Would you be fine, Howard, do you think there's any,
Down the road.
any opposition or any issue with the, first of all, you should always have an odd number of members. So maybe increasing the
We'll go to 11.
number to 11 or lucky number 13, one or the other. Okay, some other folks.
Let's try 11.
Okay, all right, I'm fine with that. We won't,
What's the name, Sam?
What's the name?
Did you have another name?
no, he just. We can come back and appoint the 11, all right? We change the bylaws to reflect 11 members, no less than 7, no more than 11. We will move forward with these 10 distinguished Colombians, I might add. This is a fantastic group. I'll second Mr. Duval's amended motion, approval of the bylaws and the composition with no more than 11 appointees. Any discussion further? We'll move the previous question. Clerk, call the roll. Please be sure to give Bud our thanks. I mean, he's been stalwart. He and Lily and some others, Dr. Feller, just been amazing. Move the previous question. Clerk, call the roll.
Mr. Brennan?
Yes.
Mr. Rickman?
Aye.
Mr.
Thank you, Ashley.
Mr. McDowell?
Yes.
Mr. McDowell?
Yes.
Mr. Duval?
Aye.
Mr. Vine?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
Mayor Benjamin?
Aye.
All other matters, item 32, council is asked to approve the installation of a four-way stop at the intersection of Chester Street and Lincoln Street as requested by the Traffic Engineering Division.
Mr. Davis? Everybody okay with that?
Yes.
All right, move approval. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Move previous question, clerk call the roll.
Mr. Brennan?
Yes.
Mr. Rickerman?
Aye.
Mr. McDowell?
Yes.
Mr. Duval?
Aye.
Mr. Vine?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
Mayor Benjamin?
Did someone talk to Mr. Rutherford? Isn't that the corner of his street right there? Let y'all handle that one.
Oh.
Okay.
Madam City Manager?
Yes, sir. Item 33, appeals to the City Center Business Improvement District Assessment, the Honorable Sam Davis.
Okay. The committee met, and we discussed the matter regarding the bid, and I'd like to maybe read a statement unless my two colleagues have anything to add before I do that. Mr. McDowell? Nobody? Okay. Let me just give you a statement which encompasses the discussion and the recommendation of the committee. The matter was on the agenda, and they were objections to the notice of assessment of the City Center Business Improvement District from owners of the properties located at 2014 and 2016 Sumter Street and 1320 Elmwood Avenue. A hearing was held on November 3rd before the Economic Community Development Committee, who heard the objections submitted in person and in writing, and the committee hereby makes a recommendation to council to confirm the assessments as calculated. The objections presented to the committee focused on specific services those properties felt they were not getting in comparison to the properties on Main Street. Neither presented an argument that the calculation of the assessment was inaccurate, and the calculation is the same across the board. Charlotte and Scott Thompson of Carolina Eye and Ear Real Estate at 2014 and 2016 Sumter Street. Melody Hearing, member of the Aaron and Dorton at 1320 Elmwood Avenue. Council is to review the assessment and determine whether the calculation is accurate. The committee recommends that the amount of the assessments be confirmed, and council will now vote to confirm the same. I would suggest that we read a final in the judgment of the committee and then ask the council to vote on the issue. Will, you give it that? Okay. Notwithstanding the assessment, council wishes to express concern that the properties on the edge of the bid perceive they do not receive the same level of service as those properties along Main Street, and direct city center partnership to work closely with those properties to address any and all concerns. Is there any questions about that?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
I agree with the direction of the committee to ensure that the city center partnership works on these fringe areas to make sure they feel like they're getting the dues worth. But there is a levy on the Main Street people that is not made on those on the outside. It's an additional tax of $4 per front foot on Main Street. So the Main Street people are paying a higher tax rate or a higher assessment rate than the people on the fringe. But I agree with the committee's statement that the city center partnership needs to build better bridges with the fringe.
So I think we made an attempt to come up with something that's workable and doable on everybody's part. One, that was to affirm the calculations, the assessment, and the other, that they continue to work together and work out those differences. So therefore, on behalf of the committee, I'm asking the council to approve the recommendations.
Second.
Any discussion? Thankful to the CCP for your leadership and your work. I do see it on the periphery of the district as well, all the way up to Marion Street. That's all, we can always do better, so let's do better. Move the previous question, Clerk Colorado.
Mr. Brennan?
Yes.
Mr. Rickman?
Aye.
Mr. McDowell?
Yes.
Mr. Duval?
Aye.
Mr. Ryan?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
Mayor Benjamin?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thanks, staff, on that.
A period of council committee referrals and reports, Mr. McDowell.
Mr. Mayor, members of council, we have the administrative committee met, and of course, as you know, this is a continuing effort for us to look at health issues. Particularly, this was initiated some months ago, referencing a new chief health officer. This has elongated itself. A board of directors, we are talking about a board of directors with groups under that to report to this board of directors. These persons have not been officially identified, but it comes to us, it comes, of course, with the whole impetus of making sure that citizens in our city are adequately being taken care of with resources that are available but yet collaborated with each other. So there's going to be other meetings as we continue to define this new framework, and I think it poses some real potential.
Fantastic, thank you, Mr.
Now,
McDowell.
there are, I'm sorry, Mr. Mayor.
Please.
There are two additional issues that we will take up. One, of course, is the issue of Mayor Pro Tem and, excuse me, and the length of time that position is available. The other issue, of course, is municipal judges. We will take that up at our next meeting. Hopefully, we will have something ready for council, more additional information on the health disparities within the city and, excuse me, and the two other issues on the 9th of December.
Super.
That concludes my report.
Thank you so much, Mr. McDowell. All right, are any other reports or referrals to committee? All right. Public input. We do have at least one citizen who's signed up to speak. I'm sorry, Mr. Davis?
I just wanted to say this, so we can say it now. On this and the other committee that Ed is reporting on, I've always had an appreciation for staff working with the committees in terms of research and providing information and that sort of thing. Before we close out this year, I just want to go on record saying that they've been good, very professional in working with the committees, providing information and doing the necessary research. Makes our job a lot easier.
Thank you, sir.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Absolutely, fantastic. We do have at least one citizen who signed up to speak. Is it Ms. Sandra Richardson? Is she here? Ms. Richardson, please. Well, Ms. Richardson works her way up. Chief, please give her a hand. I do see one of my fantastic mayor's fellows in the audience. You still sure you want to be in government and politics, Jaheim, after all this? You sure? Stand up for a second, son. Fantastic student at the University of South Carolina. Marlboro County native and just a dynamic young leader. So Jaheim McLaurin with us today. So, all right, keep up the great work, son. All right? All right. Let's get you.
I got some copies that I had made with complaints against Columbia Housing Authority.
Yes, ma'am, Ms. Richardson.
And things is worse for us. It's not better. And I want to see if y'all can give us some security at Upper Cedar Saxon, because we don't have no security over there, no cameras, and housing refused to put cameras up there. And my apartment is run down. It took them 4 years to replace my floor in my kitchen, and I fell with my cane and was hospitalized and was in a wheelchair for 3 months. And I just want to see if y'all can get them to do better, because they're doing worse. Now they want to pull away from Hood, and if they pull away from Hood, we're going to definitely be in a bad fix. That's all I have to say, and I got copies so y'all can read it.
Okay, yes, ma'am,
Okay.
and we will make sure that that makes it to the Housing Authority on your behalf, Ms. Richardson. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you for your patience here today, too. Bless you.
Bless you.
Do we have any other citizens who've dialed in electronically, asked to be heard, or recorded comments of
No,
any
sir.
type?
No, sir.
All right. Then as Mr. Duval prepares his motion, no one else wanting to speak, I am going to make a motion that neither Ms. Isaac Devine and Mr. Rickman may be allowed to leave the building until after midnight tonight, and
Hey, I'm
and stay here
gone a
throughout the
little while.
duration.
Y'all-
You
y'all
gotta stay,
lock me
you
in.
gotta stay right here, enjoying government. All right. Mr. Duval, you have a motion for me, friend?
I don't think either one of us that want to have late night meetings in the future, so.
I
Just
remind the
saying.
mayor that the USC girls are playing NC State at 5 o'clock, and we have a short deadline here. It's 3:30 now, so.
All right, we're getting close. It's up to y'all, it's up to y'all in
Popcorn will be
executive
warm,
session.
Howard, when you get there.
Up to y'all.
I'd like to make a motion, Mr. Mayor, for going into executive session for receipt of legal advice related to matters covered by attorney-client privilege pursuant to SC Code 30-4-70A2, COVID-19, bond court, redistricting, site review plan for 16.2 acres, 754 South Beltline Boulevard. Receipt of legal advice related to a pending, threatened, or potential claim pursuant to SC Code 30-4-70A2, North versus City of Columbia. Discussion of matters related to proposed location or expansion of services to encourage location or expansion of industries or other businesses in the area served by the public body according to pursuant to SC Code 30-4-70A5, Oasis Development, Empowerment Zone, and Integral Group LLC. Discussion of negotiations incident to proposed contractual arrangements pursuant to SC Code 30-4-70A2, Convention Center, State Museum Memorandum of Understanding.
All right, thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Is there discussion? We'll move the previous question. Clerk, call the roll.
Mr. Brennan?
Yes.
Mr. Rickman?
Aye.
Mr. McDowell?
Yes.
Mr. Duval?
Aye.
Ms. Devine?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
Mayor Benjamin?
Aye.
Thank you.
Maybe in the interest of time, let's shift over to the conference room, all right?